Good morning, my friends. So today is an Evo day. We're out in the shop, we're hanging out, we're kicking it. I got the heater going so that way I can get like nice and warm in here and start cranking some stuff out. So I'm waiting on the harness to come in for the STI, so I can't really do much on that car until that harness comes in. But there is things I can do on the Evo that I need to get cracking on. So today I'm gonna try to minimize sandblasting. I brought the aircraft stripper with me so that way I can try to aircraft strip some more parts, just to hopefully break up some of these coats a little bit easier, so that way we can just get to powder coating them, get them done, get them set aside. I absolutely hate stripping paint off of old things. I don't so much mind stripping the brake dust rotor or the dust shields for the rotors and things like that in the sandblaster, but that thing, it takes so long with that air compressor that I have, so I'm gonna try stripping it again. But I also need to get off a lot of the suspension components on the car and strip it down a lot more. So when I said I was rebuilding this thing from the ground up, I 100% meant it. So today we're gonna get the front suspension disassembled a little bit more. I'm gonna get these hubs off of here so that way I can get some new wheel bearings ordered. Same with these rears. We're gonna go ahead and get the rears completely disassembled. I don't know if I don't have a socket big enough for that rear lug nut, at least here, so I'm gonna have to bring one for that next time I'm here, which kind of sucks, but I can actually get everything else back here disassembled. We're gonna go ahead and get the brake lines swapped over on this from those rubber ones over to the stainless steel ones that I have, as well as strip down this valve cover a little bit more. We're gonna drill out the baffling in here, try to strip those Brimbos some more. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So before I get cracking on doing a lot of the stuff on here, I'm gonna get some aircraft stripper on the Brimbos and the valve cover to just start breaking down that paint a little bit more, so that way as we're working, it's stripping these. I have the Friendsgiving thing to go to today, so I only have about 5 hours of working time, so we're gonna get cracking on this as much as I can. We're also gonna be swapping out all of these breather ports on here for some I want to say they're -6 AN ones that kind of slide in here, so I need to get those out as well. I need to get all the baffling in here out, so there's little rivets that hold all of the baffling in place. You can see one right there, so we're going to drill all of those out. Okay, let's just get some aircraft stripper on some stuff. Let these sit for a while. Hopefully this helps. So while the stripper starts going to town on this stuff, so that way hopefully we can just sandblast these later and get these done with, we're gonna jump over to this now. So I need to go through here and pull this hub assembly off right here. I have new wheel studs coming for this thing as well, so I mean, even if I do reuse this hub, we have the longer wheel studs for it. But the main thing that I want to do right now is start disassembling this so that way I can see what I need to order and what I need to keep. This rubber brake line is going to come off just to get that out of the way and we can get our stainless steel one on there. So the brake line just wraps up, connects up to the coilover, and then goes up to the back wall right back up there. So let's just go around the car, start off by pulling off all these old brake lines, and then we'll come up here and start pulling all these hubs off. So brake lines are out of the Evo. They look like just stock rubber brake lines. It's a little interesting how they put these springs or coils around the front and the rears. I'm guessing that's just to help like improve rigidity of the brake line stock. Now the big reason why you'd go from like rubber lines like this to stainless steel lines like these right here is because these don't flex as much as normal rubber lines do. So whenever you hit the brake, you get a stiffer pedal feel. They also are a little more like resistant to like road crap hitting them and whatnot. So those rubber ones, we're just going to toss those in the trash. I'm not going to worry about tossing on the new brake lines quite yet. I want to get these front hubs off. Since there's no axles in here, it looks like there's just 4 bolts that hold this like outer assembly to this inner assembly right here. 1, 2, I can feel them in there. So let's get both of these guys off. I already know that these are going to need replaced. They just feel like freaking butthole. So there should be a bolt right there. Can I even get a breaker bar in here? No. Oh, dude, this is going to suck. Okay, well, one of them There's two. Knock out this wheel stud. How do these two separate? That is my next question. Do they separate? They have to, otherwise this whole bearing. Oh my god, dude, this whole bearing gets pressed into both of these. That's fun. Looks like this whole knuckle's about to come off right here. I got a wheel stud out though. That's so annoying. It's actually not, because that's how like all cars work, but still. So I found wheel bearings online for an Evo 8. They're like $400 each, and I mean, I don't really have a choice but to replace them, so let's just pull off the knuckle and start beating out these old crusty wheel bearings. I'll get some new ones ordered on payday. We'll get them pressed in. Ideally, before we jump straight into the engine, I want to get the chassis straightened out first, which means suspension, drivetrain, interior. I want to get everything else kind of to the point where when it comes time to put the engine in the car, we're just building the engine, putting it in the car, and then like turnkey starting it. So I'd like to get the suspension and everything like that worked out. So let's tear this thing apart. Let's tear it apart some more. To play Drill That Out, featuring my favorite game of trying to drill out a speed sensor, because I don't want to buy new knuckles. There we go. Yeah, that thing's fucking toasted, dude. That old speed sensor lived its life. Well, time for a new one. Let's get the other side out. Actually, I wonder if I could just disassemble this right now. Smack that guy a whole bunch. I knew the Evo was bad when I got it, but I didn't think it was this bad. So I pretty much have to redo the entire suspension. I need front ball joints. I'm just gonna get the white line tie rod kit one, where it's the roll center adjustment kit. We need new coilovers. We need new lower control arm bushings. We need new front and rear wheel bearings. The list goes on. New front speed sensors. Whole bunch of crap for this thing. So it goes to show that you get what you pay for when it comes to a project car. But I mean, that's the great thing about project cars. You get them for a decent price. So I'm take a break from the suspension real quick. I'm gonna jump over to stripping the valve cover and the Brimbos a little bit more. It's just like I'm trying to do like small progress on that stuff here and there, because it takes so long to strip this stuff. I don't have a giant chemical bath. I can't dip these in like acid or anything like that. I just don't have access to that. So manual labor it is. Let me start knocking this out for a little bit. Oh my god, dude, blasting takes so much out of you. So I've got 3 of the 4 caliper halves done with. The valve cover, the chemical stripping is working a lot better on that than I was anticipating. So I've got that soaking in the parts washer, like soaking in aircraft stripper, and it's working pretty well. So like I said, valve cover's just kind of sitting under here full of aircraft stripper, and it's working exceptionally well. I'll show you guys that here in a little bit. I've been soaking the calipers in aircraft stripper too, and my goal with the soaking of the aircraft stripper is not to get all the paint off, but it's to thin it out, so that way as I'm sandblasting these, it makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker, because I'm not trying to fight through so many coats of like powder coat and clear coat. Like these 3 up here are done, all the hardware is done, with the exception they're covered in dust right now, so I need to dust them off still, but I'm probably going to do a couple more coats of that aircraft stripper on these up until it's their time to go into the sandblaster. It makes it so much easier, and I know there's better sandblasters, better media out there. I don't have money to go buy any right now, so I'm working with what I have, and it's working decently well. I'm not going to say it's working perfect, but it's working decently well. So Matt's bringing over an axle nut kit, so that way we can get these rear hubs and disassemble the e-brakes off of here. So that way we can just like get to ordering all the new stuff, hopefully early next week. But it's looking like a pretty like empty right here. It's pretty empty. you get in here? How did I just get in here without the key?
It's in the shop. We put it in to get a quote. We have like the
there we go. So you guys were suggesting that I drill the baffles out on the Evo's valve cover anyways, so all done, all cleaned up. The fittings on here, this one back here is crushed, and then there's another one right there on the side of the valve cover that I'm like wiping on. Both of those are gonna be swapped for some -6 AN fittings for our catch can setup. I just prefer AN fittings, you guys already know this. This valve cover is pretty close to being stripped, so I think I can just pop this into the blaster real quick and get this done in like 10 minutes, so let's blast a valve cover real quick, and hopefully that eliminates the valve cover, and then that's one less thing to do, and then we just have caliper halves, and then I think at that point we're pretty much done blasting. But Mr. Matthias showed up and brought over all of the fun axle nuts. Woo! You want to pull off some axle nuts while I do this? Dope. Okay, so there was one fatal flaw that we ran into, which is why we didn't record Matthias taking apart the rear hubs. I don't have a 1/2 inch anything here, and all those sockets are 1/2 inch. So tomorrow when I come back, I'll bring some 1/2 inch boys. We'll fight with those to get those off. Matt, I might steal your big Ugga Dugga guy to pull those off. This big 1/2 inch drive one. So this video's not over yet. We'll be back tomorrow. See you guys in the morning. So it's the next day, and you probably have absolutely no idea what time it is because we're in a sealed box. I got to the shop at about 10 a.m. this morning. It's about 8 p.m. right now. All I've done today is sandblast. That is literally all I've done today is sandblast and strip. I've got the valve cover done. I've got 7 out of the 8 Brembo caliper halves done. This has been a nightmare. I absolutely hate sandblasting. It was like this when I did it on the 05 STI also, except I had a better sandblasting cabinet. It had just a better setup, but this has been awful. This has been nothing but shit. I've been trying to get these done so that way the next time we come up here, we can just start powder coating all of this and that valve cover up there. This has just been like such ass doing all of this. Like Brembos suck. In particular, Brembos are one of the worst things in my opinion to sandblast. So I've got the last caliper half in there. I'm done for the day. Like I literally cannot do any more of this. I didn't even get a chance to film anything else because I've just been sandblasting literally all day. This thing, like I said, this setup works. It just doesn't work that well. So to be honest, I don't even know if I can upload this video. Let me start editing it and figuring that out. And then if we do upload it, I'll do an outro in the office. I don't know, it's just a shit ton of sandblasting in this video. What do you know, I decided to upload the video. I guess the video is more than just sandblasting after I went through and started editing it. So yeah, next time we go up to the shop, we're just gonna start powder coating everything. The caliper halves, the valve cover. I have some more stuff I need to strip, but I'm not too concerned about it. I just got notification this morning that the JDM Evo 8 bumper gets dropped off tomorrow, so we can get those swapped over. It needs to get painted, but so does the wing anyways, and so does the new front bumper that I'm gonna have to order, but not gonna worry about that right now. But we have good progress going on with the Evo. So like I said, I'm gonna focus on getting the suspension done first, followed by the interior and the drivetrain on the Evo. I wanna knock out like all the small stuff so that way it's not overwhelming, like, oh my god, I have to order all this stuff for the engine, all this stuff for the suspension, all this stuff for the drivetrain. Kind of knock out one category at a time and go from there. I feel like that's the best way to go about doing a project car like this, so that way you can just focus on like key areas. The interior shouldn't be bad, we already have seats, just need seat brackets, sliders, and a steering wheel. And one gauge, and I think we should be pretty solid there. And then exterior, you guys know the drill. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys on this one. So I got the STI's new harness down there that just got dropped off, so I'm gonna go out there, start getting that in the car today. Hopefully that solves the issues. It should. I don't see why it shouldn't. But that's all I got for you guys on this one. So if you guys are excited for any of this stuff going on, ooh, we got some big Golf R stuff coming up too. Big brain energy on that one. I'm excited for that one. But anyways, with that, if you guys want to subscribe, you know what to do. One of these corners, go ahead and hit the button. Not going to make you do it. Not going to tell you to do it. If you want to do it, you're going to do it. But with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies. Woo! Give me your best woo! Woo! That was a good one. That was a good one. Woo! That was a really good one.